Hey, fat bike hunters, never in my wildest dreams would I be imagining that I would be doing a cooler review for a rotomold cooler. I have always been a cheapskate and have always just bought a foam. No offense to those of you that have foam coolers. But on my Idaho hunt last year that I took my dad on, I was a little nervous about the temperatures that we were going to be facing, and looked around at some better coolers options. There are basically, to my knowledge, 5 to 6 rotomold cooler companies in the world. They make their own blanks, and then other people put their stickers on there and call it their own cooler. Cordova is one of those that makes their own, and the cool thing is Cordova is made in the greater Boise, Idaho area. Okay, so these are made in the USA. So the companies typically tell you how many cans of cold beverage you can fit in a cooler. These bigger coolers, you know, they say 88 to 128 cans of your cold beverage. To me, that just sounds ridiculous. So I'm going to give it to you in a little bit different measurement standpoint. Size cooler here, when I was in Idaho, held the 2 front quarters of my elk. So as you can see, as any rotomold cooler is, they're pretty thick walled. So what it looks like on the outside isn't actually what it holds on the inside. The inside did hold my two elk quarters, front quarters, and the big one held my 2 hind quarters, and then we still had a little bit of room for the back straps and the heart, etc. So anyway, rather than telling you how many cans this holds, I'll tell you it does hold 2 front quarters of an elk. The other thing I want to point out is Cordova has really nice gaskets, keeps it really sealed. There have been reviews that, you know, they're holding ice through 7 days, actually beating some of the really big brands. Just notice that the hand or the lid has built in a little bit of setting or tension. There's a couple spots to where it's not going to slam your hand in the way as it comes down. Okay. Has really nice rubber handles to hold it tight. Has lockdown points. The other thing I like is the handles. You actually can grab the handles, but they also make a handle kit that I haven't installed yet. I can show you that. One of the things with this cooler was that it was a factory second. Now, they sell their factory seconds for a pretty good discount. The interesting thing is they hold themselves to such a high standard that this factory second this cooler was a factory second because it was $1 bill width short of insulation on the back wall. So that means this back wall was $1 bill width, the thickness of a dollar bill, off of what they wanted it to be. So that's impressive, one, that they hold themselves to such a high standard in quality. Very nice. But second of all, that they pass on a pretty good value if you buy a factory second, because I've got 2 of their factory second coolers now. One, the dollar bill width off on the back wall, and my second one, a little bit smaller, simply said that it didn't have the right handles on it. Now I can still lift it, and I can put a handle kit on it just fine. I primarily use it for a little bit of a beverage and then the food on my hunting trips. Use my bigger one for hauling out part of the elk or deer, and then I have a really big one. I think it's the 128 that hauls out the hindquarters and back straps and other stuff. The Cordova is a super great cooler if you're going to buy a rotomold. It has the rubberized feet. It is certified bear resistant. So I don't know. The general rule anytime you're in bear country is to have your food up in the tree anyway. But anyway, really happy with the coolers, and check them out. They are made in the United States. They support veterans. They give great discounts. They have awesome sales, 4th of July, Veterans Day, those kind of things. As well as they're out of Boise, Idaho. So if there's any warranty issue, they definitely take care of you. I've talked to them on the phone a couple times before I started purchasing. But anyway, take it easy, and if you're in the rotomold cooler market, I highly recommend checking out Cordova. They can even do custom lids, graphics, and they come in a billion colors. So I've been real happy with them. Check them out.